Time now to turn to Sean Quinn with your full forecast. And Sean, it's been such a nice weekend.
Absolutely, and it's always fun to play a little weather analysis here, and you can see in this direction right here, flat coastal plain allows the ocean air to move really far inland. You come down along the south coast, and boy, because we have the mountains right there and then those quick little turn to the valleys, you can see how the ocean influence becomes a little less pronounced, especially as soon as you just leave the very short and narrow flat coastal plain. Also, you can see the with regard to the humidity values, they're allowed to move in a lot farther toward the Santa Ynez area. Of course, across the mountains and the valleys, it stays a lot drier. Along with also the warmer temperatures. And as far as any weather alerts, right now we're out of the penalty box. It stays just to our east. That could change, though, the next couple of days as we do see some triple digits popping into play for certain portions of course, our warmest areas. And today, you can see that reflected. Ojai, almost a triple digit there. The beaches into the 70s for the most part. Santa Barbara, a really nice 80 degrees. I think it was around Goleta, about 75. San Luis Obispo, 78. Paso Robles, you got the triple digit today, and we'll probably go up a little bit tomorrow as we head into some warmer weather. I'll show you why. Right now, again, 60s along the central coast. 86, though, in Gaviota, with slight offshore wind there. 70s along Santa Barbara and Goleta and down into the Oxnard Plains. 60s and 70s, depending on how close you are to the sand. And there's your wind right now. No wind advisory, but a 31-mile-an-hour speed wind is also drying you out. You can see there's the marine layer guaranteed along the central coast. A little more hit and miss as you head farther south. And that's typically what we see in August because the ocean starts to moderate usually and become a little warmer, so the marine layer loses its friend, which is a cold ocean. So we're going to watch that closely as far as your marine layer. And here's the Four Corners high. It's not exactly over the Four Corners, but it is expected to move slightly west and build just enough to bring the heat inland. Of course, that means that as we look along the west coast, you get the monsoon kicking into gear, but it stays probably to our east. But we go into that usual routine, which we've seen so much lately, where it stays very hot inland, but not terribly hot, and then mild along the beaches, and that's just exactly what we're expecting. So, boy, watch this monsoon kicking up. It typically kicks up toward the afternoon and evening hours, and that's because you also need a lot of heat to add in, and by the afternoon, you get the that last ingredient, which is a lot of heat, and then boom, you get those explosive thunderstorms. For us, though, it's just the marine layer. Monsoon should stay out of our area, and the key word there is should, so we'll watch it as we always do day to day. Wind doesn't appear to be a problem over the next couple of days, and there's your future fog. So for Monday morning, marine layer along the central coast, not so much, but it doesn't go away completely for the south coast and then down into the Oxnard Plain, kind of more of a hit and miss weather pattern. And that's because, again, the ocean temperature has warmed a few degrees. It hasn't been an overly warm ocean this summer, but it has come up in the last few days, so that typically kind of weakens the marine layer. So as we head into Tuesday, a familiar pattern. It's almost a repeat, but then look at Goleta. Starts to kick into gear just a little more, so might even reduce your visibility just a little bit. So mind that if you're heading out early in the morning. And there's your temperatures for both Monday. I'll get out of the way, and you can see a beautiful day across the boards. I always love this right here. It kind of throws it for a loop. Ventura, Oxnard. Officially, we're not forecasting 80s. That, again, is because our Futurecast has a hard time dealing with the ocean proximity to those warmer inland valleys, so it kind of tends to go sort of in the middle there. And again, on Tuesday, warm as well. Now we'll go ahead and look at the official temperatures, which is another way of me saying those are mine. And you can see, nice day expected across the board for the south coast. Up into the central coast, 60s and 70s, more 70s than 60s near the beaches, 80s, 90s, and a few triple digits are expected inland once again. That AM coastal fog, that will make the beaches definitely the place to beat the heat. All areas seeing a familiar pattern there. And again, remember the 80s for Ventura and Oxnard? I decided to go more toward the mid and upper 70s. There is some surf out there out of the south and also a little wind swell. Quick look at our 7-day forecast, mostly just beautiful all week long. Marine layer along the beaches, probably becoming a little more pronounced as we head toward the middle and second half of next week. Inland areas very warm and even hot, but that will start to back down as we head toward next weekend as well. Tracy?
No complaints here. Thanks, Sean. Coming up, a California veteran turns 100. We'll show